Hey YouTube, this is Generic Gamer. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Again, I will always keep doing an update if this video is going to be commentary or not for the series is because I can't make any promises. This video is likely not going to be commentary as well, which I have to say unfortunate, but if you guys prefer it, let me know. But yeah, so last time we were on, before I do stop the commentary, last time we were on we pretty much infiltrate the arcade area. We kind of saved Kaito in a way, and now we're supposed to meet up with Sari-chan. So if you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Or unless if there's any updates I'm going to include the video, I'll let you guys know. If guys do not know, I'm doing this like an attempt, no editing, nothing. So if you guys are new, please subscribe, and if there's anything worth noting, I'll say it. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. I'll talk to you guys later.
Come on, bring it! That all you got? Come on, bring it! That all you got? Come on, bring it! That all you got? Come on, bring it! Let's go. Let's wait by you. And stay down.
Oh, perfect timing, Yagami-san. And here I... Well, the best... Remember, we're speaking to a victim here, Yagami-san. One whose assailant we defended in court. If we had tried to make an appointment, she probably would have declined outright.
Not sure showing up unannounced is much better.
Yes, there's no way around it.
Well, here goes nothing.
Yes?
I'm Shirasaki from... You may remember...
Why are you here? Don't you know it's rude to show up at someone's door and
I understand. But if we could do this another way...
I'm sorry, but the trial's over and done with. You know I can legally...
You're right. But I'm only asking...
I don't have time for this.
Wait, before you do that.
And?
Are you aware of the trending video that's leading people to believe the horror? Thing is, the victim was confirmed to be alive in Yokohama. And since Ahara was on...
So... what...
Just trying to ensure you're... If we could do this now, we'd never bother you.
How
We're only trying to help. But if later would work better, we could always come back another time. With our supervisor. That visit would probably be more formal. There'd be paperwork, audio tape. You'll want to clear your schedule.
I really...
No, I understand. And it's entirely... We thought we'd do this casually. But it is a murder case, so... Now, would you prefer to schedule a date to accommodate?
You said...
We'll make it as painless as possible.
Alright. Hold on.
We really do appreciate it.
Well, I'm impressed.
Really? I did get us in the door, didn't I?
I'm joking. I do appreciate the help. Now let's not screw this up. This is likely the only...
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
Let's just get...
Okay, bye-bye.
We'll make this quick.
What the? Suspicious. What the? Suspicious. Hey.
So, talk.
I'm sorry to put you through this again.
What else is...
I understand how pressured you...
I've gone over this so many times. I wonder if pressing charges was even worth it.
No. What you did was both brave and inspirational. Many victims are afraid to come forward for any number of reasons. Your voice might give them courage to find their own.
Ironic. Hearing this from that predator's defense team.
Well, perhaps.
Would you mind walking us through that day from the beginning?
It's nothing so mysterious. I was just on my way to work when some man grabbed my butt. That's all it was.
Nothing else was out of the ordinary?
Correct.
Not to pry, but where is...
Still at work? He usually doesn't get home until later. On that note, I have to feed my...
We'll try our best to. Moving along. On that day, you and Ahara-san boarded the... Had you ever seen the men...
No. Your lawyer friend here already... What do you gain by getting...
That's the thing. He can take whatever you repeat, analyze it, and draw up an entirely new conclusion. Right?
Of course. That's exactly why I'm here. In the security footage, as you stepped onto the train, it looks like Ahara-san stepped right. Were you aware of his presence at
I
this
was. It felt like someone kept pushing up against me with no sense of personal boundaries. I remember second-guessing myself at the time.
point? Then the train took off while you were stuck.
Yes. And then I felt the back of his hand against me. It kept getting worse from there. To the point where he went under my skirt. And that kind of touch wasn't accidental. He even grabbed at me.
Truly awful. Personally speaking, some men can't wait to debase themselves at the first opportunity.
Why would you say that and look at me?
I just stood there, frozen. I couldn't see who was touching me. I had no idea what to do. I wanted to scream. But what if he just played it off? So I decided I would bear it till the next day.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, sweetie. Then go read your book.
You said the abuse lasted the... Did you see the groper's fate?
No. I was too terrified to look. And I thought, even if I did, that just as the train was pulling into Shinjuku, I reached back and grabbed the hand on me. That's when I saw his face. Of course, he shook me off as the doors opened, but I'd already gotten a clear look at him. He must have known I could turn him in at that point. So he ran, and I chased after.
Right. That was captured by the station's security cameras.
Great job tailing him in such a crowd. On that note,
His cap was pretty easy to spot, and I never lost sight of him. At that point, I could feel my
I'm glad they were good Samaritans.
For sure. And there were a lot of smart...
I see. But now we've got a piece of evidence.
What do you...
Well, a student teacher named Hiro Mikoshi, but he was soon abducted near his home.
Is that...
According to the video,
What?
he killed Mikoshi. His kid was about to graduate high school, but instead, he took his own life. So Ahara took it upon himself to punish his
That's
sons.
awful.
But now we come back to the if this footage is authentic, the victim's estimated time of death, it's just not possible for someone to make. But there's the flip side. It would mean this murder footage,
I don't know what you...
right? That's why we came to
So that's...
After hearing your story, which would obviously mean that murder video is
Then...
wish I knew. Whether it's CG on top of real murder footage, or just a So why go through all this effort to... But I have to say, thank you very much for...
Yes, and rest assured, this will be the last time you see us. And for dredging up unpleasant...
It's fine.
I'd like to report Mamiya-san's account to the rest of the team.
Sure.
All right.
Yo, it's me.
Hey, I just got back to Comrade Joe. Everything...
All good here, man. What's with you?
I mean, they did run their mouths about stabbing us in the back. But if you're good... Anyway, I'm heading to Genda so Sari-san and I can go over what...
You're the boss.
Are we ready, Yak? Let's start with our visit.
Yep, give me
Sure.
just...
Do what you need to do. Are we ready, Yak? Let's start with our visit to Mamiya-san.
Yeah.
So, the victim's story is completely in line with...
That's correct. There wasn't anything new to pick up.
Unfortunately.
In which case, should we look into the...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Whether that tape's fake or real, someone had to put it online, right? Do we have any...
Well, the footage showed enough of the surroundings to make the crime... As somebody who's been there, I can confirm that the blood splotches match what you see in the footage. The murderer's accomplices have to be the ones who posted it.
Yeah. I can't see it any
I
other
also
way.
agree with you.
But in that case...
Maybe they wanted to make a mockery of the police, or even the whole system.
Huh?
We know Ihara got himself convicted for groping, so he'd have an alibi for Mikoshiba's killing. But then, his conspirators turned it around by uploading the murder video online. Almost as if to say, look how he got away with it.
I see. Yeah, that does make it sound like he's taunting them.
That's well and good, but I'd like to shift gears. Let's talk about the actual fabrication of the video. How does one go about that?
Well, for example, the true culprit would be taped murdering Mikoshiba. Then Ihara's face would be copied and blended onto the killers. That's how they'd approach it in a Hollywood movie.
But then, wouldn't you be able to see traces of it being faked?
Tsukumo-san reported that he's found nothing of the sort in his analysis.
We've been down this. If we take the stance.
Then let's tackle this from the stance that the video... If that's the case, there...
So.
Once Ihara entered the Ikebukuro gates at 7:43 a.m. and stepped onto the platform, he was continuously monitored on camera. But if he really killed Mikoshiba at 7, that would mean the person in the footage isn't Ihara, but an impersonator.
So that's not really...
Yeah. He's got the...
Wait, if that's... Wouldn't Ihara have to swap places? But we didn't... Multiple cameras saw Ihara, and the onboard camera recorded them for the entire commute. Not only was the act caught on tape, but his failed escape from the scene was recorded as well. Ultimately, Ihara was pinned down before leaving Mamiya-san's sight, so she had an eye on him the whole time.
Right. So the current belief is that Ihara was caught on camera the entire time he was at the station.
But wait, that's not it. Remember how we mocked up a
Yeah. No, there's a point where Ihara wasn't on
What is this point?
Let's all go over the diagram so that...
What the? Suspicious. Hey, suspicious. What the?
It's very brief, but there's a moment where Ihara and Mamiya-san can't be seen by the security cameras. The dotted lines on the arrow represent the camera's blind spot.
It does appear so. So you're saying this is where the groper, the fake Ihara, traded places with the real one?
Can't say it's impossible, right?
Right. Except if that actually happened, Mamiya-san would have been right behind them at the time. Could the two really swap places without her noticing?
In a crowd like that, I think it's feasible.
If that really was Ihara's plan, then I'd say he was being careless.
Careless? How?
Well, on the day of the incident, the station was packed for morning rush hour. That means he could have been nailed by any random passer.
Good point. Not only that, if Mamiya-san had called for help, then the first Ihara would have been caught before even reaching the platform.
Oh, I mean, yeah! Called it.
Think about it, Yagami-san. Why would Ihara's accomplices meticulously plan out every last detail of this alibi, only to leave such a crucial component to chance, as Hoshino-kun pointed out?
Oh, just doing my job.
True. Good work, Hoshino-kun. In fact, I think that may back up my own take on it.
Yeah?
What if everything, including the appearance of leaving the plan to chance, was part of the plan?
Can you expound on that?
I'm saying I agree that such an airtight alibi wouldn't have allowed for contingencies. And that takes the question to another level. Just how far did they line up the pieces in advance?
Are you saying there's more to it than we discussed?
I know this won't go over well.
Huh?
Bear with me. If that's the case,
You're saying the victim of a groping conspired with her assailant beforehand? That's ridiculous.
let me just say, I'm only trying to work out how a swap like that would be. Now, if Ihara and his stand-in both know that Mamiya will pretend not to have seen them, they can trade places in the blind spot with impunity. Conversely, if Mamiya wasn't in on the plan, the idea of a swap would never work. We can say with certainty that she would have seen the swap, so... she could have even called attention to the real Ihara the moment he stepped in. That way, the people around her would be focused on chasing the correct assailant. The rest is as we know it. They caught Ihara and detained him until the police showed up.
Hold that thought. If your theory, remember that fibers of the victim.
Well, that can also be explained. For example, while the stand-in was showing himself at the security cameras, Mamiya could have easily provided Ihara access to a pair of underwear at the same time. Maybe the stand-in loitered around for so long because he was letting everyone else get themselves in place. We can work out the other details. In summary, it's possible.
I'll concede.
And when it comes to the prosecution, plus they can't question Ihara about Mikoshiba's murder.
So he managed to make a farce out of the system?
Well, his court case for his son's bullying did get more or less thrown out, didn't it? The school, the investigative committee. No surprise from me that the guy held a grudge against the system.
What's up?
The obvious question to me is why would Mamiya... She appears more than financially stable. And she's even... So why would she do something so
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. But maybe she was promised something that far exceeds the risk. Or maybe Ihara has some kind of...
enough to make her help with a murder? What sort...
What info do we have on
I'll pull her in.
Oh,
What's that?
If Ihara wanted to, but if a solid plan would need to eliminate that variable, which means Mamiya being an accomplice was crucial to her.
That's true.
Looks like Ihara pulled one over. Once we learn how he's connected to Mamiya.
Let's see. According to her file, her maiden name is Yui Suzuki, originally from Ota, Tokyo. Attended a private high school called Kurakawa Academy. Later graduated from Toto University. Met her husband on the job. Her husband, Taichi Mamiya, is an industrial designer at Techno Zeta Inc. 6 years ago, she gave birth to their only
Hold on. You said she went to... When I went to scope out the murder scene, there were these 3 guys watching the detective. They told us they were just checking things.
You have any ID on you?
Will my license work?
Kake-san.
Akaike-san.
What's that got to do with it?
I found the Kurakawa. It's in Tokyo, specifically in Ota. Pretty close.
What?
The girls there get such cute uniforms.
You little... You want to start all over from the bar exam?
Wait, I've seen that uniform before
Where?
too. On an old picture of a teacher at Serio High. Sawa-sensei. Ihara's son confided in her. Is she actually a Kurokawa grad too? I don't know Sawa-sensei's exact age, but she could well be 30.
Could this mean...
It's a tenuous...